Previously on Conveni Wars, the battles of 5 warriors who banded together against the evil forces of Emperor God had become legend. Upon a foundation of peace, Mother, the guardian deity of the Convenience Star, guided the civilization of the Barcode Nebula to a technological level of sophistication which allowed for time travel. However, the nefarious Dr. Recycle had the ambition of becoming the ruler of the universe. To this end, he stormed the history management system, stole the Register Stone keys which make time travel possible, and journeyed to the past in his own time machine. Once he had arrived, Dr. Recycle set about reviving the 4 beings known as Emperor God, and set them up as overseers of the Barcode Nebula across 4 separate eras of time. Mother knew she had to act fast. With the heroes of old long past their prime, she assembled a new team of 6, or 8 if you were fortunate enough to acquire the limited edition Soldier and Wizard cards, heroes to use a spare piece of Register Stone to pursue Dr. Recycle and restore the Barcode Nebula from its corrupted state. After conquering the Emperor's God in each of the 4 eras, the 6, or 8, heroes confronted Dr. Recycle, who had opened a gateway to the dimension of negative energy, and surrounded himself with 9 formidable fiends, each one dwarfing Emperor God with their raw power. Fortunately, the new team of heroes had become swole from collectively vanquishing 128 foes in a row, and were able to keep up with Dr. Recycle and his personal army, using their cunning and skill to tip the balance in their favor. After a hard-earned victory, they returned to their time period for a well-earned rest. Greetings, Barcode Battler fans, and welcome to my overview of Conveni Wars Saidan 1, Superpowered Lifeform, the Dark Barcode Aliens Appear. This set of 47 cards is the 6th chapter of the Conveni Wars story, which started with the Barcode Battler and adds new versions of the 6 core Barcode Battler 2 heroes, as well as a team of allies. So, without a thesaurus to consult regarding homonyms for procrastination, let's dive in. The 6 heroes who overcame the monster army led by Death Chuhai Khan in a deadly battle and crushed Dr. Recycle's ambitions were on their way home in high spirits. However, what awaited the warriors who returned to the future was a ruined city and a ghost town lined with bizarre towers, completely different from the serene landscape of the Convenience Star. How could this be? An old man appeared before the stunned heroes. My goodness, it's Informant Gaiden. Gaiden told them that they had returned to the present, and that shortly afterwards dark clouds had gathered. Lightning flashed, and a rift appeared in the sky, and from the darkness a fleet of strange ships had flown in. As soon as the fleet landed on each planet in the Barcode Nebula, it began to destroy each city one after another. A terrifying enemy that attacked the tribes one by one and absorbed their life energy to increase their own power. They are super-powered life forms, dark barcode aliens, who came from another dimension, the world of negative energy. What's more, the army of monsters they fought in the past were also dark barcode aliens, summoned by Dr. Recycle. But Dr. Recycle's abuse of the forbidden power had created a distortion in space that attracted all the dark barcode aliens. Before their overwhelming power, all the worlds were destroyed, and the beautiful and peaceful Barcode Nebula had instantly transformed into a ghost nebula, where they ruled and where history had changed dramatically. And now, even those who barely survived are being held captive in the Fax Tower by the rulers of the Dark Barcode Aliens. It is said that when a hero encounters something sacred, a mysterious power is born. What exactly is a sacred thing? What is that mysterious power? With Gaiden's last words in their hearts, the 6 warriors rise once more to defeat their superpowered overlords, the Dark Barcode Aliens. The battle to the death for the survival of the Barcode Nebula begins now. How intensely gut-wrenching. Our heroes, who had gone through so much and fought so hard, have come home to find their civilization in ruins. Dr. Recycle's mess, which they'd thought they'd cleaned up, was only the beginning. His meddling in the barrier between dimensions has brought about an invasion of horrifyingly strong and destructive beings, many of which appear to be twisted versions of familiar heroes and villains. Thankfully, there are some survivors who had held on until the heroes had returned. But will they be enough to restore life to their desolated worlds? Similar to the dedicated card software sets for the classic Barcode Battler, this continuation of the Barcode Battler 2 story requires we skip the C1 mode and jump right into C2 mode. To recap, getting to C2 mode is simple. Turn on your Barcode Battler 2 and press the select button until C2 is displayed. Then press the set button. Now choose a soldier and a wizard from the 6 heroes supplied with this set. You could use the equivalent hero cards from the Barcode Battler 2 set, but the next step won't work as easily. At this point, the instructions on the back of the box tell us to enter passcode 33111, which only works with the pairs of heroes from this set. Sadly, 7 of the 8 Barcode Battler 2 heroes aren't compatible with this passcode. Only Cha Xiao Fan can lend a hand, as his final 3 barcode digits match those of the 3 soldier cards in this set. To apply the passcode, press the L power key to enter the passcode entry screen. Press select to increment the currently selected digit, and press set to move on to the next digit. Once all 5 digits have been entered, pressing set one last time will submit the code. Are we still adding a Dragon Ball snippet here? Goku? I guess he didn't want to be in the video. As before, the enemy with the lowest HP isn't necessarily the weakest. Some enemies will yield a stat boost when defeated, 4 reward the player with stronger passcodes, and another gives a passcode which will reduce your stats, and the final boss of the game reveals a game over message upon defeat. Unlike the previous dedicated card software sets, the new cards here are single-sided. There's no confusion over which side to scan for a given enemy, making this a more straightforward expansion than the trilogy for the classic Barcode Battler. The gameplay is the same as the Barcode Battler 2, but with many more opponents to face, 30 in total, which is the largest number of enemy cards in any of the Conveni Wars sets up until this point. Fuzzy cards are completely absent in this expansion, as are item cards, at least on the surface. Instead, we're introduced to supporter cards, which are intended to be partners for your heroes. Indeed, 6 of these cards do function as fighters, and may be scanned in as enemies. Each of them is intended to partner with a specific hero, as shown on screen. Oh look! Mother's back. This time her name's spelled correctly, and she serves a viable purpose. Even barcodes can have character development. These 6 each confer a triple damage bonus against certain opponents. The other 4 supporters are really items though, despite their designation as supporters. The range of items isn't great, and a health power-up has a 50% chance of deducting HP instead of adding it, so be careful. Of course, there's nothing to stop you using items from other sets if you so choose, but only items from the previous entries in the Conveni Wars series are considered canon. Again, if you wanted, you could add a rule whereby each supporter or item may only be used once, but considering you're up against 30 enemies, you'll need every advantage you can get. Spam away. In previous entries, I'd have called this hard mode, but here it's almost as punishing as having to listen to Aquafina rap, so I really wouldn't recommend it. The various enemies in this set are, as I mentioned earlier, mostly based on previous enemies and heroes. 3 don't appear to have any counterparts from earlier chapters in the Conveni Wars series. These all have 0 HP, so at least they have something in common. 22 have similar names and appearances to enemies from the 4 eras of the Barcode Nebula. Since they all come from a parallel universe full of negative energy, they're stronger, twisted versions of the foes we've seen before. I'm wondering, Who's behind that mask? In a few years, no one's going to know who that is. The final 5 are based on heroes and villains from the classic Barcode Battler era. According to the description on his card, the version of Chuhai Khan found here is apparently the dead body of Death Chuhai Khan, who was slain at the end of the previous chapter, still fueled by an ambition to conquer the universe. Just like with the previous dedicated card software sets, equipping certain items and supporters will deal extra damage to certain enemies. To make life easier, I've put the details on screen. Sorry for the sudden shift in sound quality, but we realised in editing that with the new hardware comes an update to the way triple damage items work. If you've seen the previous Conveni Wars videos on this channel, you may remember a diagram which had 4 columns of triple damage items. The Barcode Battler 2 dedicates 15 ability flags to triple damage items, necessitating a new table layout. In a nutshell, every soldier and wizard has a pair of race and occupation values. Items along the top deal triple damage based on the enemy's occupation, while the items shown on the left-hand side of the table deal triple damage according to their race. Each enemy in a given set occupies a unique spot in the table. This is because the Barcode Battler 2 keeps track of which enemies have been fought based on their occupation and race values. So if you have 2 or more enemies with the same race and occupation values, even if they have other stat differences, the Barcode Battler 2 will allow only the first to be scanned in to be fought, and the rest will fail to scan until the next playthrough of C2 mode. Sorry if everything's a little squashed. We'll put this on the Barcode Battler Museum website in a higher resolution. Conveni Wars Seiden 1, Superpowered Lifeform, The Dark Barcode Aliens Appear continues the Barcode Battler 2 story while using the tried and tested gameplay of C2 mode. The items on hand are a little sparse, and if you ignore items from other sets, you may find yourself using the same supporter cards repeatedly. With 30 enemies, things may get a little tedious. Story-wise, the stakes get higher with the invaders from another dimension posing a menacing threat after their introduction as Dr. Recycle's personal army in the previous chapter. In terms of presentation, this set is unique among the dedicated card software sets. The outer box is a departure from the plastic cassette style box found on the classic Barcode Battlers dedicated card software sets, the Nintendo and Nihon Falcom license sets, and the Barcode Battler 2 Gaiden sets, all of which were released before this set. The remaining installments of the Seiden series would all differ from this, as would the Barcode Fighter and Super Mario Kart sets. Also, in a unique move, there's no manual included in the box. Instead, you'll find the instructions and story on the back of the box. Finally, there's a plastic case, reminiscent of the classic Barcode Battler case. This one is sized for storing the cards which came with this set, and has an abridged version of the story on the back. The instructions to use passcode 33111 are missing though, so it may be worth making a note of this somewhere in case you lose the box. This chapter also wins the award for the longest title in the entire Conveni Wars saga. I hope you've enjoyed this little overview of Conveni Wars Seiden 1, Superpowered Lifeform, The Dark Barcode Aliens Appear. If you found this video to be informative, please like, comment and subscribe if you've yet to do so. Thank you very much to our subscribers. At the time of recording this video, we've amassed 45, which, while nowhere near the realm of a silver play button, I still find to be highly encouraging for a channel with such a narrow focus. If you'd like to contribute to the Barcode Battler Museum and keep the lights on, we have a Patreon account. Given the surge in subscribers since our previous video, where Marsh Mario put on a compelling performance, I've invited him back for a second round. Take it away, Marsh Mario! Oh, somebody ate him.
It was me.
Your voice sounds different.
Well, I can't be expected to put on a silly accent all the time.
Well, can you do an impression of Mario? Put on a little show for our audience.
No.
I'm going to need to come up with some new ideas. Patreon supporters will receive access to our translated manuals a whole month before the rest of the world, so what are you waiting for? It's also the only legitimate way of accessing our Super Barcode Wars Dragon Ball Z manual translation. Thank you to everyone who's made it this far into the video. As a bonus, I present to you Matthew Logue's Barcode Battalion, a multifunctional barcode battler input interface. Powered by an Arduino, this handy device allows Matthew to store a database of known cards, input card numbers manually through the attached keypad, or even use a barcode scanner. All three of which can be used to reduce the wear and tear of swiping cards through the Barcode Battler's scanner. I don't know if Matthew has any plans to mass-produce the Barcode Battalion, but if you think one of these would be useful, I can certainly check with him. Our next video will cover the Shogaku Nin Sei cards, with the following video focusing on the Street Fighter II cards. Thanks for watching, I hope you'll join us next time.